welcome to my first of many Drink Coffee With Me Mindset Edition. I haven't really given this series a thought, but I knew I wanted to get on camera and just, talk it out for a little bit. So here we are. So the topic I want to talk about today is, for some reason, we as a species, you know what? I'm going to leave it to the United States of America and the social media that I come across and the people I interact with. For some reason, we are hell-bent on worrying about the particulars when we want to do something. And what I mean by that, let's say that you wanted to start streaming. You just wanted to start streaming. Before you allowed yourself to start streaming, you would, of course, get the basics. All right, I need a computer, I need a cell phone, I need a program to actually push my content to these streaming platforms. The basics. Instead of just going from the basics, you want to look up action plans. You want to look up step-by-step solutions to achieve your goal of streaming. And the reason for this is I believe we were taught a little too much that we need to be prepared for any situation ever. And unfortunately, I don't think that works with how our brain operates. You see, our mind has two objectives. It has two jobs: to keep us safe, to help us survive, or to help us thrive. So when it comes to situations where you are doing things for the first time, our mind usually flags first time events, first time of us doing something is dangerous because we don't have any knowledge of it. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. And again, unfortunately, some of us have a tendency to worry about or focus on everything that could go wrong. And I'm telling you right now, that is not good for your mental state. Because our brain uses patterns and recognizes things that have happened before in the past, rather than talking to our conscious mind and saying, hey, do you want me to flag this as dangerous? It knows what to do. It automatically flags things as dangerous, things that we keep avoiding, things that we keep saying that, oh, I hate this, or I don't like this, or I'm not good at that. Our brain doesn't want us to suffer from embarrassment. It doesn't want us to suffer from being put out there and not knowing what we do. So our mind's like, yo, I got you. Here's some anxiety to stop you from achieving that goal that you're looking for. And for me, once you understand this, once you understand the function of the mind, once you understand the tools that it uses to get us to do things, it is easier to start manipulating that system and actually updating that system so it works for you rather than against you. Because our mind can't tell the difference between something that actually happened or something we're just thinking about, we can use that to all sorts of good purposes. For instance, if you are the type of person who thinks about going on vacation and you can imagine every single thing that could go wrong, I promise you, you have the energy to imagine everything that could go right. Like, I don't think you understand how powerful you are. If you are the type of person that worries a lot, that can worry about anything, all things, all at once, when you find the ability to flip that switch and only focus on things that you want, your life is going to fundamentally change for the better. Because it sounds so simple, because it sounds like magic, people don't want to believe that what you put your mind to, where you put your thoughts at, what you put your attention on, will show up in your reality. And again, it all comes down to the mind. Our mind takes data, takes the information that we provided either through visual, learning, hearing, seeing, tasting. All of our five senses is providing data to our mind. Our mind takes that data and categorizes it on its own in real time. So again, when you're trying to do something that you've never done before, typically, if you haven't worked on your mindset, our mind flags that as dangerous because being front and center by yourself used to be dangerous. And sometimes this behavior gets reinforced by the comments section, gets reinforced by other people calling your content cringe. Doing so makes it seem dangerous. But when you sit back and think about it, what is cringe? What if your content is cringe to somebody else? What's that going to do? How is that dangerous? Again, because we are creative beings, yeah, you could think of a reason why that'd be dangerous, but is that good for your mental state? Is that going to help you achieve your goal? I haven't found a mechanism yet, but I really want people to try to sway away from all the negative thinking, all of the bad things that could happen, because that's not doing anything good for you. The way that it works is there's only one time period in life for us, and that's the present. In the present, if you're worrying about things that are going to happen in the future, that's not helping you in the present. That's giving you anxiety and stress now. You have no idea what's going to happen in the future. Unfortunately, we are not fortune tellers, and we can't tell exactly what's going to happen in the future. And because we were told our entire lives that we can use past clues for context to kind of predict what's going to happen in the future, it's still not true. There is a theory in quantum physics called the observer theory, meaning that these atoms stay in a superposition, meaning they can be everything all at once, but until they are observed by someone or something, that's when they change their state. That's when they change into what we perceive them as. I feel that's the same way with our goals, with our dreams, with our aspirations. If we see ourselves becoming successful, that is the road path that we start going towards. But if you see yourself being embarrassed because you went live, because you made it a piece of content and you said a word wrong, that is what's going to show up in your life. So what I guess I'm trying to say is that pay attention to what you're thinking. Pay attention to the feelings that come up when you think about certain subjects and question those feelings. Feelings and emotions are the mind's tool to get us to do something when it thinks we need to do something. So again, procrastination is not a trait. It's not something you are. Procrastination is what shows up when our mind is attempting to get us to stop doing something that it perceives as dangerous. That's it. Anxiety. Anxiety is there to stop us from doing things that our mind perceives that is dangerous. Look, I'm not saying this is the correct way to think, but think about our feelings in this way. Our mind only entertains what could be possible to do and good to have done. Sometimes we trick our minds into thinking things are safe by continually doing them. For instance, cigarettes. We know cigarettes aren't good for our body, but if you continue to do the thing that's harmful, eventually your mind's going to be like, oh, this must be safe because you keep gravitating towards it. Same with drugs, same with addiction, same with gambling. If you keep moving towards things that are dangerous, eventually your mind's going to assume that it's safe because you keep attempting to do it. So if I had a magic wand that could get you to stop thinking about negative things or stop thinking about everything that you want to do in a negative light, I promise you your whole life would fundamentally change for the better. Because at the end of the day, our reality is created by what we think. Every lesson we've learned, every sitcom we watch, every music video we listen to, every album we listen to late at night, all of those things help craft our reality. And if you don't question the things that you're thinking, you're not the one that's in charge of your reality. You're not the one that's creating your reality. You're allowing others to do it. And that's why I really want to focus on getting more Black content creators who make content to help shape other people's reality. With all this information that's coming out from these files and these different organizations, it is quite hard to not see how much control someone has over us and in regards to what we create our reality with. Every movie studio, every record label, they're all owned by people that, I probably wouldn't hang out with. I probably wouldn't hang out with in real life. Yet they are crafting a specific narrative via the cartoons they make, the movies they make, the music they produce. They're crafting a particular narrative that they want us to adopt, to take over our own reality. But again, if you are in control of your thoughts, if you are in control of your feelings, then you are in control of your reality. And it's that simple. Because I worked in IT, because I worked with computers, because I worked with databases, I feel like my brain is wired in a certain way to see these stucknesses, hear what you're saying, and understand what the subconscious is doing with that information. For instance, let's say for a week you posted 5 videos to your TikTok account, and for those 5 days, all of them didn't get any views. You got like 200-300 views. Subconsciously, your mind might see that information and be like, oh no, nobody's fucking with my content. Nobody wants to see what I have to say. Then we should stop to keep us safe. And that's a natural thing to do. Everyone does it. I think that's the norm for most people, but you're not normal. You don't want to go with the crowd. You want to be someone who gets past these obstacles, someone who sees it for what it is and understands that you are capable of learning new skills. You are capable of analyzing the content that you put out and figuring out why it didn't work in your favor, and then moving forward with a different iteration. Failure doesn't mean that you don't exist. Failure is not a parameter that tells people that, hey, you failed 6-7 times, that means you should probably stop doing this thing. No, failure is there. It's like kind of like a door. Like if you can get through this failure door, then you are worthy of what's on the other side. With failure comes lessons. With those lessons come iteration. And with that iteration, you can start moving towards your goal a little faster than most because you understand that there is no other option. This is what I want. This is how I get it. And then you go after it. I'm almost done with my coffee, but so before I leave, I think the last thing that I want to say is being comfortable is a dream killer. Being comfortable in your lifestyle, being comfortable in your position or wherever you've made it thus far, it's nice and it feels good, but it's killing your dreams. Being comfortable makes you docile. It doesn't make you want to go and actually go through the failures and go through the process of learning because you're comfortable. You did what you need to do. I don't really need to become a content creator. I don't really need to have a bigger audience, but there's something inside you that's saying that's not true. And again, it's your conscious mind fighting with your unconscious mind. So in my practice, I help you update the data that your unconscious mind is using to create your reality. So it starts working overtime to help you achieve your goal. Hey, being live and being public is not scary. Actually, this is what I want. So mine, please stop red flagging things when I decide that I want to go live on Sunday in the middle of a park. This is good for us. Don't flag this as something else. And that's it. I know I was a little all over the place, but this coffee is kicking in and I'm starting to feel wired. So that means we need to go live and do something on stream. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But other than that, I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm gonna finish this coffee and then maybe I'll go play in the snow. It's actually snowing. I might go play in the snow. As always, protect your mental, keep creating content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.